Ladies and gentlemen, we are drinking coffee today. Wendy's coffee. We're not sponsored by Wendy's, by the way. That'd be a great sponsor, though. Ladies and gentlemen, it's great to be here. I'm sorry to use the Dr. Disrespect music. Dr. Disrespect, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to steal your flow, bro. Not that I ever could. You're the greatest. I'm just doing what I can here, trying to make my own content. I am a content creator, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Van Pebble, and welcome to the stream. I'm gonna cough, but I did it off mic. That I don't do. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we play a game that is something that Dr. Disrespect would be proud of me playing, actually. Not that I'm going to keep mentioning Dr. Disrespect. Geez, sorry, Doc. Any gamer or streamer worth his salt in Battle Royale would know this game. The game I'm referring to is Fortnite. We play this game every day that we can play it on stream. That would be 4 days a week. And so today is no exception. Let's get into some Fortnite. We're going to run some Fortnite. We're going to run some solos. We're going to run some... You know, I've been really enjoying the solos. You know, I'll tell you, I played a little bit of little quiet music here. I played some duos for a while, and I kind of got my fill of it. I think it really does depend on the partner that you're playing with. And I just kind of found, like, the guy that I was playing with was great. He was a nice guy, but I think I'm just going to play solos for a while until I can find, like, a partner that I find kind of more suitable to my liking. As far as just game style and play style. The guy I was playing with was great guy. He still is a great guy. I see him all the time. But it just seemed like he was kind of in his own zone. It wasn't really a team effort. It was more like he just kind of went and did his own thing, and I kind of followed along. And I don't have a problem with that. But I need to become a better player on my own anyway. So the solo thing has been perfect for us. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Van Pebble, Fortnite Solos. We're going to do some OG. We might try to get into some Battle Royale. And we might even be able to run a solo tournament. We'll see what we could do there. So let's just see what's going on. There's a solo tournament going on at 6 p.m. tonight, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to take a look at all that stuff. We might even get a skin today, although I don't think so. I looked at some of the skins yesterday that they were offering, and I wasn't real sold on them. So anyway, let's get into it. Van Pebble, let's go. The Van Pebble-nator. The Pebble-nator. Dr. Pebber. Dr. Pebble. Boy, that would be a great sponsor. If Dr. Pepper was like, kid, we think you're, even though I'm 50 years old, I'm 52. Imagine if Dr. Pepper called me and was like, hey, kid. I'd be like, what? Who is this? We like you. Okay. You're the new guy. We can see you're the up-and-comer. Well, I'm 52. Okay. I'm a gamer streamer. That's like so 2010, but okay. Well, we want you to represent Dr. Pepper. And your name is Van Pebble. So we're thinking Dr. Pebble. Yeah, I like it. Have my own flavor. Kind of tastes like salt. Because isn't like human skin salty? Yeah, it is a little bit. It's great to be here, folks. And I love running solos. Very, very happy to be here. That's no lie. And that's no jive. And I promise you I'm not the guy that... I'm not saying it just so that you'll get into it. or so that I'll get. I mean, I am really in a good mood. I really am happy to be here. I'm also drinking coffee, and if I'm drinking coffee, shit is gonna buzz. Things are gonna fly. Life is gonna be high octane shit, you know? Again, we're not trying to steal any other streamer's thunder by saying words like high octane and two-time. Two-time. Alright. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to check out, so there's a competition. Solo Rank Cup Royale. Let's see what that is about. I mean, is it possible? Can we do this? I'd love to get into this tournament. Could I do like a 6 p.m. tournament? I guess we'll find out. Well, let's play some Fortnite OG first, and then we'll see about getting into a tournament at some point. That would be fun to do. We'll see about the tournament thing. This is a new, by the way, this is a different character that we played before. Yesterday we played a guy who's a dark-skinned gentleman. Today, back to the, today I think is a bit of an Asian gentleman. You can't see his face right now, but, and this is like a really cool, I just thought it looked good, and it works. Not really sure about the wings, but that's okay. It was definitely one of my favorite bands growing up, The Wings. I was actually checking out over the weekend, because I'm a security guard, and that's when I can, like, a song will hit your head, and you're like, oh, good. Like, I never really care for music, but when I'm in the middle of a shift and I'm paying attention and focusing, a song will come up, and I'm like, that song would be good right now. And I put in a song by David Bowie called Suffragette City. And there's a part in the song, there's no reason I'm bringing this up, just because I have time to talk. And the song was Suffragette City, and there's a part in the song where the guys go, hey, man. And I was just like, I thought that was the coolest thing. Like, first of all, it's a cool thing in that song. If you've heard the song, you know what I'm talking about. Also, David Bowie was fucking cool as shit. Also, David Bowie is like an unsung hero for like the LGBT. What's going on with the volume? It's not very loud, huh? Like, is he just like a big LGBT guy? Because I know he was like bisexual, which, I don't know, I guess the 70s were very, like, fluid times, apparently. It's funny, we were talking yesterday a little bit about some of that stuff. But we won't talk about that today. We're not going to talk about LGBT or anything, because I don't know much about it, actually. But I'm for it, you know what I mean? I'm for anybody doing whatever they want to do, as long as they're, as long as they're not doing it around me. I'm kidding. I'm for anybody doing what they want to do. That's it, period. As long as they're not hurting anybody, exactly. There you go. Like, there was one group of people that called themselves Hurt People and Kill People. I didn't like that group. I was like, you know what? I don't like these guys. I don't like what they stand for. One group was, I'm going to yell in your face and spill hot coffee on you. Didn't like the group. Didn't like them, was going to join them, actually didn't like the coffee. It was, the coffee wasn't good. One group was called, I'm going to tar and feather you and eat fried chicken. Didn't like the group. Liked the chicken, didn't like the tar and feathers. Feathers were okay. The tar was not good. We are being silly today. I'm in a great mood. Tuesdays are great days. Tuesdays, I used to say Wednesdays are my favorite days, but I think it's Tuesdays. Taco Tuesdays? This is definitely a problem. We should probably get out of here. I mean, I need a gun of some kind, don't I? Jesus Christ. What the hell's going on? Here we go. There's no guns. I gotta get out of here. That's kind of good, I guess. That was a distraction. So was that. I gotta get out of here. We gotta try to get a weapon somewhere. This is crazy. That did not work out good at all. Let's go up front and see if we can get something going. Thankfully, that guy looks like he's running away. This is unreal. Like, no weapons at all? What the heck's going on? Come on, guy. Alright. We gotta go back in. We gotta find something. Let's go this way. That's okay. We'll go this way. I literally have no weapons to speak of. It's a good day. I have a really big thing that I'm expecting in the mail, and I think it's coming tomorrow, and I'm really happy about it coming tomorrow. I don't want it to come today. There's reasons I don't want to talk about. I finally decided I'm not going to talk about the most annoying thing that's been happening to me lately. We talked about it the last couple days. We'll just stop talking about it. I'll just say basically it's somebody moving out. And it's like they're just taking too long to move out. And it's just becoming like a pain in the ass. It's like, at some point, dude, go. This is common. You know, this is a common thing when you have people that you don't want in the house in the first place. I always thought, like, this would be a tough day. Like, the day that this guy moves, there's some people that you feel like they'll just move and you won't see them and it'll be over. Then there's other people where it's like, you know that they're just going to make it hell. They don't have to, but they do. It's a lot of it has to do with the guy's a young guy. Not that I have a problem with young people. Shit. I'm fucked right now. This guy's chasing me and I know I'm fucked. Okay, here we go. Oh, he got me from that side. Yeah, that was pretty. You're gonna dance? You're so lame, dude. You're a lame. I was gonna say loser, but I said loser too much lately. You know, I only save loser for like real losers. Like, cause that loser is not very. It's like nobody's a loser. We all have a chance to win, you know. And everybody loves a comeback, and everybody loves a person. So there's no such thing as loser, unless you really are a loser. And that's what this guy that lived in our house is. But a lot of it has to do with when you're young, you're kind of lame anyway. You're in your 20s, you're not really, there's not much to you. I don't really want to know you, you know? Or deal with you. And I speak as a guy that nobody wanted to deal with me my whole life. I feel like my whole 20s, people were like, ew, go away. When I turned... Excuse me, when I was in my 30s, I was a hard worker. I was working like 2 or 3 jobs at a time. I remember at one point, I worked at McDonald's during the day as a janitor. And you could go, oh, loser. Hey, man, janitor during the day. I worked at events at an arena whenever they had events, so it wasn't like all the time. And then I was also like doing whenever I could get my hand, I was always working. And all the money was going to rent, by the way. I had a really nice apartment. But then they changed landlords. And then it wasn't a good deal anymore. They upped the rent. As soon as they changed landlords, they upped the rent. The guy was a cunt. Yeah. Pretty sure that guy's in the Epstein files. I'm kidding. That's the thing now. If you're like mad at people, you just say like, check the files, see if they're in there. It's very funny. Epstein files. It's very disappointing. It's disappointing now that I know that I'm 30% Jewish, which I just found out recently. The name Epstein is a Jewish name, and that disappoints me that a Jewish man would... I'm assuming he's Jewish. Sounds Jewish. And that's the Jews must be very disappointed there. I was almost going to Google that. Is Epstein Jewish? But I'll do it later. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a disappointing start to the, but, you know, what are you going to do? We didn't have any fucking weapons. And I think I'm going to change this. I'm going to get rid of, next time we'll do a different glider. I don't know why I don't like this one for some reason. What I'm looking for is the Van Pebble files. Those are good files. Van Pebble files are I don't know, like, it's a good thing, you know? People that are good to each other. People that are really nice to each other and help each other out. That's the Van Pebble files. Can you believe it? These guys came over, they helped this guy, and then somebody got caught on the side of the road, so we helped them. That's the Van Pebble files. That's what we need right now. We need something that's overwhelmingly good and positive, and I'm not, like, not wholesome. Wholesome is too... I don't like wholesome, because it's not realistic. No one's wholesome. Nothing is 100% wholesome, and it's too much to live up to. And also, most of the things that we think are wholesome really are not. Like, even Disney is kind of a night... Like, I don't want to say anything bad about Disney, because it's a huge corporation that could sue me. But I don't think they're 100% innocent in all this. In all these things of life. I'm sure they've done things. I don't like their show, their TV show. They have it's always weird. It's always weird, like, when you watch those Disney movies, it's like, should we get the mini? I don't like the minigun that much, but let's get the minigun. Just because it's a powerful gun, you know? I remember Disney movies always depressed me as a kid. It was always like about a kid who kind of looked like he didn't take a shower a lot. His hair looked greasy, and he was like, just generally what it was, you know? And then, like, he would, his parents died in a car crash. You don't see that, but you just hear about it. And everything's a bummer, and everything's sad, depressing. And then he gets a horse, and he starts riding the horse. And then that's the good part of the story, but then the horse dies. It's always like dying, and it always is sad, a lot of death. Which I think they do that on purpose. They want to try to, like, I don't know why they do that, actually. I guess it's good. I mean, the stuff that I grew up with is better, I think, than today's, like... It seems like there's a lot of anime, and that seems just perverted. It's just feeding into the Epstein stuff. Not that we talk about Epstein or politics here on the channel. On the show, I should say. Or channel. We are on a channel. One day, you know what I'd like to do someday? I'd like to be on the front page of Twitch. I've seen people, like, with really low... I think there's a person there. We're gonna give this a go here. Alright. We just announced ourselves. But good. We've had a good day so far today. Been a great day. We've gotten some things done. Good job, Van Pebble. Fuck you, man. Are you kidding me? I'm cool with that. Look, it's competitive. I'm just gonna say it. It's a competitive world out there in the OG. Oh, jeez. And I'm praying for a friend of mine. I keep looking at my phone, and I'll tell you why. I'll always tell you why, because I don't like people looking at their phones. I think it's rude. But I will look at my phone sometimes because my friend's cat is in the vet, and the cat, let's all say a prayer for the cat right now. There, I said it. And we love you, Harry, and we're hoping you pull through, big guy. We love you. My friend adopted this cat, and then as soon as he adopted the cat, like, all of a sudden got COVID. Cat COVID. And it's, like, really serious. Like, when a cat gets COVID, it's not... I mean, COVID is a serious thing. I think that I have COVID right now. I think we're getting over it. About 2 weeks ago, this is week number 3, and I just feel really tired. Like, I'm feeling really good now, but like I know that I'm more tired than normal, which is, you know, I was reading a book today, which is good, and I was just like sitting there, and I was just closed my eyes for a minute, and I just wanted to just sleep. I was just like, why am I so tired? I think I have COVID, and I've been tired, and I think COVID's going round. It's going round and round. Paul, is that you? This is Paul McCartney from the Beatles. You know, COVID's going round and round, Van Pebble. You know that, don't you? Don't you know that? I've heard of it, Paul. I'm glad you joined us on the stream. We've missed you. It's been a while, you know. But now I'm just the Fab 2. Me and Ringo, the only Beatles left. Yeah. Ringo's not my favorite Beatle. I know, I've heard you say it. Sick of you saying it. There's no reason to put down Ringo. Yeah, you should shut up, you dummy. Is that Ringo? Ringo, what are you doing here? I thought maybe I wouldn't come in, but I'm going to come in, you fucking idiot. Why is he calling me an idiot? Because you are an idiot. Paul, please. No. The way you talk about him, it's not right. Don't do it. Alright, guys, I gotta go. I just hung up on Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr. Do you know any streamer that would hang up on them? You know any other Twitch streamer would be creaming their jeans to be able to have a celebrity like on that level? You know, they kiss every celebrity's ass on these fucking... Not Van Pebble. Not me. I treat everybody like a regular... I like how people act like... I've met people like this before. I met this one woman. I was a security guard at Benaroya Hall, which is an orchestra hall in Seattle. It's where the Seattle Orchestra plays. And I was security there, and there was this one woman. I had to, like, watch the garage because one of the garage door wouldn't close. So I had to stand by the garage door while it was open. And this woman was there, and she was, like, an assistant for, like, the celebrity people that would come. And she was sitting there basically telling me how cool she is. It doesn't bother her to be around celebrity people. Meanwhile, she dropped like 5 names of celebrities, and it was just kind of obvious. Like, for some reason, I'm the same way. If somebody's a very wealthy person or like a celebrity, I get nervous. Like, what am I nervous? Who cares? Like, the person, it's not going to change my life, but it does. It is interesting how that happens, isn't it? It is funny what celebrity does to people. And there's people that say, like, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't affect me. But I want to see those people when they are around celebrities. They either act nervous or they act like they're bigger than life because they met the person. Like, it is a weird thing. And like I said, I'm guilty of it myself. I wish I wasn't like that. Sometimes when I'm around myself, I feel that way. I'm like, oh my God, Van Pebble. Then I realize I am Van Pebble. And then I start to mellow out. But then, you know, it takes me a minute to realize that I am me. Alright, let's see. By the way, this seems like a bad idea. But we're gonna do it. I like this thing though. There's like a... Alright. Let's go back down. Oh, we should go up. Yeah, we'll just go down. Alright. I like this thing. It's like a disguise. We gotta move, actually. We gotta move and groove. Move and groove, ladies and gentlemen. Move and groove. Not a lot of time here to mess around. We got 2 minutes to get into the circle. What I will do is I will go in here. I'm going to try to get some weapons here. I got 2 pretty good weapons. I think that's good. Let's move on. Try to get into the circle. This way I could run slowly and I don't have to use all my sprinting. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Had a good day. Woke up, got out of bed. I dragged the comb across my head. What are you doing, mate? Paul, what are you doing back? You know what I'm doing back? You're taking me music. What do you mean? Woke up, got out of bed, dragged the comb across me head. Oh wait, that's your music, isn't it? Yes, it is. It's copyrighted, mate. Oh, so that means that they're not going to play that on YouTube. No, they won't. And you owe me $25,000 now. What do you mean? 30,000 now. What do you mean? It keeps going up. Oh my god. Alright, sorry, Paul. Cut it out. Alright, bye. Goodbye. Click. When Paul McCartney hangs up the phone, it says click. That's the magic of Paul McCartney. Alright, let's put this thing on. Just to kind of get rid of that thing, and then we'll pick up some bandages. We have a couple good guns here. We actually have 3 quality guns. Technically, this is kind of like a winning combo here. It's like we really don't have much to worry about. And I kind of wonder what I look like to other people because I have this bush thing on my head. I mean, I realize that I'm pretty lucky that we had the Beatles. Like, we really are lucky. Because a lot of you guys grew up and you didn't have, like, quality bands like we did. And I know it bothers people when, you know, my generation talks like that. But really it's true. I mean, a lot of you guys don't really have quality bands today. You know, music was more important, I feel like, when I was growing up. Well, it was limited playlists, and it was the cream of the crop, really. I mean, you guys don't really... And now it's like everybody... There's a chance now that there's going to be better music in the future, but right now, this sucks. But now that more people are doing it, and just like I'm streaming, you're getting more people that are doing things. You're going to have more talent out there, but it's going to take some time for the cream to rise to the top. And especially musically. That's my opinion, you know? Just one guy. I'm just one guy. I knew it. I had a feeling. I had a feeling. Feeling I can't hide. There you go. Blasted that guy away. Heavy assault rifle. Let's see. I have a heavy assault rifle. What about 2 heavy assault rifles? That sounds like a good combo. What is this? Another heavy assault rifle? Why don't we do a rare heavy assault rifle? And then let's get out of here. If you think about what Paul McCartney did, it is pretty amazing. He was in the Beatles, which is like the biggest band of all time, and he could have gone solo, which he did, and his music was okay. You know, but when he joined the group Wings, I would argue that Wings is almost as good, if not better, than the Beatles stuff. Maybe not better, but like really quality music, like really good band. That band. It's like, it's amazing that he even wanted to be good. Like, at some point, don't you just go like, holy shit, I'm so amazing. Like, maybe I'm amazed at the way, you know, you love me all the time. Maybe I'm amazed at the way I need you. Hello? Paul, are you back on the phone again? What's going on? Well, first of all, Van Pebble, I know you like people on the streams, especially when you're playing Fortnite, so that's why I came back. Also, you're taking another one of my songs. What song would that be? I've got a feeling. Yeah, I'm sorry. Because you're so good. And the thing is, he really was good. Paul McCartney was, it's like he could have just been like, he could have rested on his laurels. And just been like, I did it. And just run around. You know, like ex-pro athletes, I kind of feel sorry for them. Because they can't continue, like when a band breaks up, a musician could continue to play music. You know? But when you're done playing sports, you're kind of done. Like you could just walk around restaurants and be like, remember that time I threw the pass? But like, Paul McCartney can just write another song and just get another band, or, you know? That was the cool thing about the Wings, is that he didn't have the Beatles, but he just got some other guys together, and they were great. Like, you think like, oh, is anybody going to be as good? Yeah, there was a lot of good musicians back then, especially English. It seemed like the British kind of figured out the rock thing back in the day. This guy's building something. Let's see if we can, we have a sniper thing here. All right, let's... Anybody who's building something like that knows what they're doing, though. Those guys are hard to kill. They can be. Paul McCartney just kept going, and that's what you can do. But when you're a professional athlete, it's like you're not going to just run, you know, you could just try to start your own league. You can't even really do that. That's hard to do, man. I mean, I got to give Ice Cube, not that he's a fucking basketball player, but I got to give him credit for trying to start a league. But it's like, it's really hard. Like, there's one basketball league pretty much, and that's it. But musicians, that talent, you could just keep doing bands over and over again. We're probably going to get into it down here. I could imagine. There's probably tons of people down here. There's somebody. He's got a good gun in there too. Hold on, let's see. What was the gun that I saw here? This one, which is Heavy Assault Legendary. And he really didn't damage me, so we could just keep going here. We don't need to use our med kits. And we are top 6 now. Got my shotgun ready. Oh yeah, load it up, man. Let's go. Yeah, we're pretty lucky, man. We had the best musicians. Stand-up comedy was interesting back then. Like it was just kind of a new thing, you know. There were so many great things in the 80s and the 70s. I mean, I was born in 73, so I really had the best of 2 eras. And then by the time the 90s came, I don't know. I think everything kind of just slowed down a little bit. At least to me, it got lame. Like things got kind of lame for a while. I still think things are kind of lame. I think we're living in a cool time because at least it's a tough time, but toughness breeds good things. So good things are going to come out of all this bad stuff that's happening. And war and all this real stuff. It's going to bring out like tough, gritty stuff. It's going to make people more sensible, more intelligent, more hard. It'll give people something to talk about when they get older too. Right now, a 20-year-old kid is not interesting to me. In 10 years, he can talk about what he went through when he was 20. All right? You got me? I don't really want to hear what Jason the Ween has to say. I don't care. No offense. I'm sure he's a great guy. But I don't care what the fuck that kid has to say. It's a fucking little kid to me. Get the fuck out of here. And it's not like, I don't, like, I'm not trying to be mean. But shut the fuck up, kid. All you dumb kids. That's why a lot of these streamers, I think, the real reason that they start beef with each other is because without that beef, what are they going to talk about? Really? Seriously. Alright, let's pay attention here. There's war going on over there. There's a lot of shit going on over there, I think. There he is. Got away from me this time. You won't get away from me next time, Batman. Alright, we got a heavy rifle here. Let's go hunting. We got 4 people left. Everybody's gonna be hunting each other right now. Let's do this. Let's try to win this thing. That's where a grenade would be helpful right now. Yeah, that guy's good. He knows what he's doing there. The old jump, slide, and shotgun. That's real nice. What was that? What was the gun that they had? I missed it. 4th place. That's a nice finish. Yeah. I'll give the new generation this. The one thing you guys have that we didn't have, and it's fucking cool. Like, hear me out on this one. We had Donald Trump, and when I say Donald Trump, I don't mean the president. At the time, Donald Trump was one of the first millionaires. He's one of the first people that made the idea of being a millionaire attainable. He wrote a book about being a millionaire. I remember that everybody went crazy for the book. I was in middle school at the time. I think I was in middle school. And I remember people had the book and they were like kids, so like reading the book. People were excited. The idea that you could be a big money player. And Donald Trump was like, you know, I'm from Philadelphia, so this was a New York thing, and people were so excited about this Donald Trump guy. Who's this Donald Trump guy? They're like, he's a millionaire. What do you mean? You know what that means, man? It's 1,000 million. 1,000. What is it? What is a million? It's in like 1,000 somethings. It's a million? I don't know. It's a lot of money. But I think he was like multi-million. And of course, you know, I don't know that he said in his book, like, his father was a rich guy anyway. Like, that's a big part of the story. But it was a big deal. And this is what I want to say. We had Donald Trump. You guys have Elon Musk. That's a much cooler guy. As far as, like, he's a billionaire. And you guys have the billionaire thing. Like, we didn't have the billionaire thing. You know, the 80s and 70s, I mean, I'm sure there were billionaires. There had to have been. Let me see. Let me ask that. Let me ask Google. When was the first billionaire? What year? 1916. Oh my God. All right, so it was going on for a while, but those names were untouchable back then. Like, of course, we all knew there was like the Coca-Cola Company, there was Rockefeller. I mean, those are like classic, right? But that wasn't like today, where there's a lot of people that, like, you know what it was? It was tech. It was tech. It was computers and tech and software and that kind of stuff. And that was not a thing. That was not a thing in my day. And even like the idea of going to college and being like a tech person was not a thing either. Computers weren't really a thing. The big money was in law school, being a doctor. That was a big deal. If you could be a doctor, like, you were the big shot, and you pretty much had to know somebody. It's always like that, right? You have to know somebody. And also, I gotta say, you know, I don't mean to be, I hope this doesn't come across as bad, but like autism and this next level of like intelligent autistic people, like, was not really a thing. If you had autism or Asperger's, it was like a real problem, and you felt for people. You were like, oh, like, that person has autism. Like, they're awkward. And like, there wasn't this, like, the movie Rain Man came out at some point, and that's when it was like, oh, so like some of them have these special abilities. But even Rain Man himself was like, like, he wasn't like a guy you'd want to hang out with. You wouldn't want to party with that guy. Let's put it that way. Nobody's having a party. Nobody's going to a Lil Wayne concert with Rain Man. All right, that would be an interesting concert. Good show, good rap. That's good rap. You're a good rapper. All right, speaking of somebody's coming. Somebody's coming. Oh, there's a guy right there. He's running away though. He doesn't want to get into it with me. He doesn't want to bang heads with me. And then we had punk music, and we had Black Flag, and we had cool shit. And punk music was great because anybody could sort of be a punker. It wasn't music that was like... My favorite music, when it really comes down to, and I still listen to today, is the guys that could actually really play music. Like, the thing about punk is it was supposed to be music that wasn't really music. It was like anybody can do it. And the problem with that is... anybody can do it. So it's not that great. It doesn't require that much skill, really. That's why, as much as I don't really like Green Day, I respect what they're like. Very good musicians. Like, they're super douchey, but great musicians, though. I mean, that kind of arrogance kind of goes hand in hand with like musical ability, and also all kinds of ability. Unfortunately, it doesn't mean you have to be a douchebag if you're talented, but if you are, there's a good chance you're a bit of a douche. And there's a little allowability with that. You're like, well, he's a genius, you know. All right, let's get out of here. Skadoodle. Skadoodle doodle doo. Hopefully nobody knocks me out here. All right, that's good. We switched guns up on him. He wasn't ready for that. He wasn't ready for that. That's good. Let's go. And yes, we had better music in the 80s. And yes, we had better... I mean, we almost had better sports. I mean, sports have gotten better. But if you look at the NBA, it's not very competitive, really. There's like 3 teams that are amazing, and that's it. I mean, there's some great athletes, but like, you know... We had fucking Michael Jordan, man. What are you going to tell me? You're going to tell me you had better... Listen, I grew up during Dr. J... Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and then Michael Jordan came to the league. If you tell me, if you've got better than that, let me know. I've got time. I can listen. But I don't think you do. We had Akeem Olajuwon, goddammit. You guys have Embiid. You guys have... Now look, you do have Antetokounmpo, but we had Akeem Olajuwon. Hakeem, I should say. And we had fucking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And we had, not even basketball related, but we had Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson. I mean, the eras that I grew up in, guys. Like I said, the great thing that you guys have is that you're living in a more real time than I am. Whenever there was considered like some kind of a war that was going to happen, it was a joke. We couldn't wait to go kick people's ass. That was America. We were like, yeah, who's going to fuck with us, huh? Russia? Come on, you want a Cold War? That's all they could do is a Cold War. Because they knew we'd beat the shit out of them. We were badasses, America was. Always. And now everybody's kind of like, nobody's really the top dog. And everybody's fighting everybody. America's fighting America. We're about to have a civil war, you know? But it's a good time. That's cool that you have that going on. Because it's real, and like things can change, you know? In my time, it was like we were just kind of bored. We were waiting around, and then like a lot of music was based on boredom. A lot of the art was based on boredom, the sports. You know, now the athletes, what a joke, dude. At least in the NBA, you got guys sitting out for 35, 40 games a season that are making $200 million for a 2-year contract. You know, like 3-year, 5-year, $700 million. I mean, it's getting to that point. It's crazy money to be sitting out. Like, you should never be injured if you're making that much money. It's nuts, man. And I can't believe people like soccer, let alone how much they love soccer. But I guess soccer's always kind of been more of an international thing and not really. It's never been an American sport, really, to be honest with you. I played it when I was a kid, and we called it soccer. But really, it's supposed to be called football. And it's never been a big deal. To me or anybody I've ever known. The only people that have ever liked soccer that I knew were from other countries, like guys I work with from Africa. I'm from Eritrea. Oh, really? What's your favorite sport? Soccer. I love soccer. They call it soccer sometimes, too. Like, people from other countries are obsessed with soccer. Oh, yeah! Look at that. That's a stud player right there. Look at that guy. He's building a fucking castle. I really envy guys that can build like that. I wish I could build better. I'm not a very good builder. I gotta fix my build. We want your feedback. How interesting is Blitz Royal? I don't know. I don't really play Blitz Royal. How do I change the way I build in Fortnite? It says, go to settings, game. And you go to building. Simple build, turbo build. You can edit a building piece by pressing the edit button once. Simple build. Reduce the number of inputs needed to build a Fortnite. Primary input gives you access to stairs, floors, roof on one output. Look up and down or build stairs, forward to build doors. Look up or down to build stairs. Forward. Look up or down to build stairs. Forward to build floors. Secondary input gives you immediate access to walls. Protect yourself with... Okay. Alright, well this should be okay then. We should be able to, we should be better at that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get back into the game. We are playing Fortnite OG, and we're having a ball. And that was not a bad game. And it's usually, this is like 52 minutes in. It's usually the second hour that we play better. So let's get into it. The Switch 2 is burning up. It does get kind of hot. I hope the Steam Deck, I'm getting a Steam Deck soon. I hope it doesn't get too hot, that Steam Deck. I mean, after all, this is called a Steam Deck, but I don't think that matters. I'm gonna get a Seaman Deck. A Seaman Deck, it's like a bunch of seamen that are tough. Oh, what did you think? Oh, don't you say that. That would be Seaman Dick. Okay? Come on, we're gonna get gross here. Here we go. Let's get gross. Alright. Yeah, so this is my character. It does indeed look like an Asian guy. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Let's take a look at the, Okay. That's an Asian woman, I think. Asian people, we love them. We love the Asian people here. We love the Asians. Now, come on, we love it. People love my impressions, that's why I do them. That's the one thing people go, you gotta do impressions, Fan Pebble. You can do anything you want, but make sure you throw those impressions in there. I love it because I can't do impressions, and I think it's fun to do them anyway. I think it's almost more fun. I think it's almost like... I think it's very funny that the fact... I mean, obviously it would be funnier if I could actually do the impression. And it was... The more real, obviously it's better. Like when Will Sasso does a fucking Jesse Ventura impression. It's so good that, of course, it's really funny. And he's just a funny guy. Is he like one of our funniest guys now? I think he is. Here's who I think the funniest people are. And I don't mean like I don't think stand-up comedy is funny. So like comedian actors. I'm going to tell you who I think the funniest are. I think Will Sasso is up there. Martin Short. Those are two big ones right there. Because those are two guys that are funny physically funny. And they're just funny guys, like actor-wise, and they're just funny guys. And they're also can both do impressions. But how does Martin Short do it, dude? Martin Short's got to be 70 years old by now, and he's still funny as he ever was. It's so cool to see that. It makes you feel good. There's nothing worse than watching somebody lose their powers, you know? Even like singers that can't sing anymore, like, you see Axl Rose, and he can't, like, actually, he's still getting it done, isn't he? He's still doing good. It's amazing, because that guy's voice, like, it sounds like he's squeezing every muscle in his throat to get those sounds. The one that's painful is John Bon Jovi. It's hard to watch. And it is hard to see the David Lee Roth development, too, that he just can't sing anymore. That's kind of tough. But I don't know if David Lee Roth can't sing or he's just tired of singing Van Halen songs and he's just letting everybody... You know that thing where you go like to a concert and they just hold the microphone out for you to sing the song? I think they're trying to tell you something. They don't want to do it anymore. If you're getting to that point where you're just holding the mic... Like, the worst thing is to watch a rapper where he's like... Where you're like... Most of his rap is being done by his hype man and the crowd, and he's just... every now and then throwing a word in. It's very tough. There was a thing, there was like a versus, and it was KRS-One versus Big Daddy Kane. And Big Daddy Kane wiped the floor with him. And it's not that, you know, KRS-One is no good, but KRS-One was doing the thing where he only rapped like every other word. And it was, it's like, what are you doing, man? We came to see you, not us. So there you go. Look, this is good. Streaming for me is good because I get to get my personal point of view out. I get to get my personal feelings out. It's good. Nobody really cares. Normally in life, people don't care. But here... this is where I can say it, and the people that are watching will care, because that's what this is. That's how you do it. There should be like a new generation of entertainers, and I think a lot of it's going to be, you're going to see a lot of streamers that are going to be the new wave. Back in the day, it was you hear stories where, like, kid was disruptive in class, but his teacher let him go on the stage or go up in front of the class 15 minutes a day. If they agreed that they would be good if the teacher would give him 15 minutes, that person became Robin Williams. You know, like, those are the old stories. And now it's like, it's just, like, not really like that now. Because anybody could just get on an open mic stage and be a fucking open mic comic. And that's not to put those people down, but anybody can fucking do that. Oh, wait, can I actually... Oh, hell no. I didn't know this. This is fucking cool. Dude, that's fucking cool as shit. Oh, I died. I didn't see that guy. That was fucking cool. All right, we'll get back into this again. Wait, that's... You can ride those skateboard things, hoverboards, in OG? Oh, jeez. Excellent. So as you can see, we have V-Bucks now. So let's take a look at the V-Bucks. Let's see. That guy doesn't interest me. I'm not a clown guy. I don't like clowns. I don't like clowns. I'm not a SpongeBob guy. Although the SpongeBob paddy wagon looks kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know who this is, and I don't care about K-pop. K-pop is the same thing as... Look, here's what I think about K-pop. It's fine. It's good music. It's like... Back in my time, it was the boy bands, right? So it's boy band music. And Asians are getting like, I feel like, at least in America, they're very popular. Cute Asian boys and girls are popular now. That's good. I don't have a problem with that. I don't date people now because I'm like a grown man and I just live my life. But if I was looking for girlfriends, I would be dating an Asian girl, like no doubt. I would do everything I could to get the Asian girls. I've had my fun. I was in Japan for a year. We had a good time. We had girlfriends. We did it. We did the damn thing, all right? I know what it's all about. But there's something, it's not even, I mean, it is about sex, but like, they're just so cute, Asian girls. And they're very feminine, and they're very, very adorable, and they're friendly, and they're smart. Like Asian, I mean, I can see why Asian culture is very popular in America. It's one of the reasons why anime is such a big deal too, I think. I'm really covering a lot of topics today. I'm really proud of myself. Really going where no American has gone before. I think I'm going to try this little hub here. I don't usually do this. I don't usually push it like this. Push it. Get down there. But I'm going to go down here, I think. We're going to have to move fast, though. If we're going to do this, we got to be quick. Can't fuck around. Because there's already tons of people down here. We're going to have to get in and get a weapon and start shooting people probably right away. But that's okay. We will. We will do that. I don't want that gun, but I need a gun, so... So now we got two of these guns that I don't want. Is it coming from up there or what? Yeah, there we go. Ah, there we go. Okay, and then Wes will pick up this thing too. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's a snowman? Okay. Let's see what that does. The hell does it do though? I don't understand. Maybe it protects you. Okay. And I remember, like, it was in the 2000s that people started getting really into the 80s. In fact, there's a show called Stranger Things. I know you guys know what that is. And that's basically an 80s show. That's based on the 80s. I mean, there's a little bit of an 80s resurgence, I've noticed. People miss that real feeling. That there was a very real feeling about the 80s. That I just don't think you're really... I mean, like I said, this is a real time. And maybe people are just sick of the reality. They would prefer it to be like a fun 80s, we're so bored feeling. Because people are sick of being like worried about like dying and shit, you know? Gonna be tough. There you go. I was trying to get out of there. you go. Let's go. Yeah, what is it? It's like a combination of like people miss the 80s because it was a more simple time. And they need that now because now it's such a real time. There's so much real shit going on. And people are like, the funny thing is, like, you would think people would chill out, but they're constantly creating drama and trauma and drama. I mean, ice is enough, right? And then you got people that are like starting fights, getting high in public. There's a lot of fights in public, I've noticed. Or maybe I'm just watching too many videos where people are fighting. But it seems like it's happening a lot. It's silly, right? It's like there's a lot going on. You would think people would just constantly want to just be nice to each other. I'm always relieved when somebody's nice. I'm like, ah. Although sometimes if somebody's really nice in public, it's kind of fake. That can be a thing too. But when I see someone nice, I'm always like, oh, thank God, nice person, okay. Oh, this is refreshing, you know? Yeah, the minigun's not really... We should probably take the minigun. Just so we have a different kind of a gun. And it is a legendary gun. But I'll be honest with you, I'm not jazzed. It doesn't enthuse me. And that's another thing you guys had. I had Seinfeld. You guys had Larry David, Curb Your Enthusiasm. And I prefer the Curb Your Enthusiasm over the Larry David. I will admit that. I think Larry David is the real brains behind Seinfeld, and I think people finally realize that. That Jerry Seinfeld was just an okay comedian, above average. He wasn't really doing that much. He was just doing observations. It's kind of just like a New York Jewish comedian. Okay. But Larry David was the real Jewish comedian. Like, he was the hardcore, like, funnier. I think most people would admit that Larry David is funnier than Jerry Seinfeld. When's the last time that Jerry Seinfeld has made you laugh? And when you saw Seinfeld, was it Jerry Seinfeld that you thought was funny? Or was it, in fact, one of the other characters on the show? Because I think it was the characters on the show. Kramer was funny. Was funnier than Seinfeld. George was the funniest guy on the show. And guess who was supposed to be George was based on? Oh, wasn't it Larry David? Aha! Oh ho! Ho ho, Jerry! Ho ho ho! I think it was. George is getting angry. It was a good thing that guy took that role, by the way. I know that George Costanza guy probably for a while was like, yeah, my career is going to be this now. But you know what? It was smart. That was an iconic character. It's probably the funniest character ever. It's one of the funniest TV characters of all time. The George Costanza thing. And yeah, it sucks, and you'll never be anything more than that. It's actually kind of interesting because the guy who was in The Office, Steve Carell, I'm really surprised he's like still full head of steam as an actor. Like that character didn't define him, and that's amazing. That's how I don't know if it's that guy's just really good, or he was just that good of an actor that he just was playing a character. Like he has more in the tank. Or maybe the George Costanza guy really just didn't have that much. He was basically that guy. There's not really that much complexity in him. I've seen him try to do serious stuff. It's not that great. But the Steve Carell can do anything. He really is like a very... He's very good. Love this map, man. Love the OG map. There we go. The minigun gets it done. You love to see it. This guy doesn't really have anything that I want, so we're just going to keep moving along. Moving along, move along. Nothing to see here. These are not the droids you're looking for. These are not the droids you're looking for. Look at this. Very nice. Very nice. Very scary to be on that line. It's like, you just feel like somebody's gonna knock you down. We made it across. It was exciting when Seinfeld was on the air because you had Seinfeld and Friends. And it's funny, years later, you sort of picked a show at that time. And then years later, I got into Friends and I watched the entire season. And it's probably one of my favorite shows. Like, that Friends show is one of the best acted shows of all time. And you can't argue with me about that. That's a fact. It's such a good show. It's so funny. All right, let's go. And notice none of those guys really went on to do much after that either. I mean, it's really hard for an actor. If you think about it, for an actor, we were talking about before, like, when a musician leaves his band, he can just start a new band. When an athlete leaves his team, it's kind of over. He could do commentary, but, like, there's not much he can really do. When an actor leaves a show, that's tough too, because if that was all you had... You know what I mean? And sometimes, like, that's all you need. It's just that one character. And then you could just live off the residuals or whatever. It's got to be hard to just be like Ben Affleck and that other guy, where they just got to keep doing movies because it's not like they're TV stars. Let's see if we can get a good weapon here. Oh, there's bandages. There's... Yeah, this is a pretty good gun, actually. What do we got? Okay. Not that I'm hiding, but I'm just kind of staying on the edge here. Just looking around, seeing who's where. There's only 4 players left. This is very good. Hold on, hold on. I mean, that had to attract the attention there. What's he got? What's he got? He's got anything good? Not really. He had a good machine gun there. But I like the machine gun that I have, actually. And I don't have any sniper stuff. We could do a snipe. No, don't do a snipe. Hold on. What was that? We're not going to do a snipe. We'll just keep this minigun. Somebody's coming, I can tell. What the fuck is that? What the fuck was that? Rocket launcher. Holy shit. Listen, I'll take third all day. Like if you're gonna give me third place, I'm not gonna complain about that. Alright, let's take a look at the competition one more time. Battle Royale. You may play 10 matches during the 3-hour window in any session. Rank in the top 50% in the leaderboard to earn an in-game glider. Check the in-game compete tab for more pricing details. How do I join the solo ranked cup? Let's see. How do I join? Okay. In Fortnite, how do I join the solo ranked cup? It says, to join a solo, ensure that your account is at least rank 13. I think my rank is valid, it says. And you have reached at least gold rank in Battle Royale or required rank listed. Navigate to the compete tab in the main menu to check menu event times. Then select the rank up under the Buy Epic game mode when it's active. Compete tab, huh? Maybe we have to wait until it starts. Oh, it ended, it says. It says it ended. Hold on. I'm on the wrong date. Monday, January 12th. Wait, where are we? We're in February? Gee whiz. Why am I so far behind? Where are we today? Is it like the 8th? 9th, 10th, Tuesday. Here we go. All right, so can I Tuesday, February 10th, Battle Royale solo. 6 to 9. Maybe I need to come back and when it's okay. So that's what we'll try to do. That's a good goal. Because that would be fun to do a tournament. That would actually be a nice stream. And back to the solos. Nice 4th place finish by Van Pebble. We just got rocketed. That was tough. We didn't really have the weapons to finish that game, but what we could have done is gotten the sniper rifle. We could have done that. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm just checking something real quick. I promise to be fast about this. 1 second, please. We're just waiting to get into this thing anyway. Alright, don't worry about it. We're good. Yeah, that could work. So that's in like 2 hours and 20 minutes. Maybe we'll try to get into a Fortnite tournament. That would be interesting. Looking for a good landing spot here. I think we're gonna go to that area where there's a bunch of stuff. Big city. We've been kind of doing a lot of desert stuff. Like, let's go towards the snow. I don't mind this glider. We were going to change the glider, but I don't mind it. It's pretty good. And let's get down on the bridge here. Let's do a little bridge work. What do you say? Is there anybody down here? There's a guy there. Let's just go down by the water. That's usually a safe bet. Let's go a little deeper into the snow. There we go. That's a good call. Shit. Okay. Cool. Got a sniper rifle. Got a drinky. Little shield potion. What is this? A rift to go? No thanks. No thanks. Okay. I like where we are. There's something nice about this game. It's just feeling like I'm out in the open. This is why I like playing on a Tuesday. It's like I'm out here. This is kind of I feel like I'm on vacation when I play this game. I mean, that's how I feel about all video games. That's why we do this. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I don't get vacations. I'm not a guy that gets to vacation. That's for people that have money. People that are like living without a ton of money are doing it the way I'm doing it. We try to... Okay, here we go. Okay. Oh! Look at that. That's a headshot, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why you pay the big money to watch Van Pebble. Because he's pulling out all the stops. And that's why that sniper is fucking great. It's the reason I really started playing this game is I used to watch Dr. Disrespect a lot. And he was always sniping people. And you always fantasize, like, that's me, I want to do that sometime. I want to snipe. Now we're doing it. Now we're living the dreams. I never really wanted to be a guy that... I don't want to travel and do all that shit. I'm old. I want to stay home and I want to play video games. And that's why streaming is awesome. It's a dream. It's a dream. Okay? Is there somebody in there? Like, why would somebody use it? Oh, I see. Just shooting the snowman, okay. Sometimes I make myself laugh when I do stuff like that. Do you guys ever make yourselves laugh? Press 1 in the chat if you do. Press 2 in the chat if you don't. Press 3 in the chat if you can't. Stop that. Whole lot of fighting going on. Oh. Somebody saw me and somebody started shooting at me and I don't know where they are. Oh. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, I see him. We can get this guy. Okay. There you go. It's pretty much why we love the shotgun. Alright, let's see if this guy shows himself and we'll... Somebody's shooting at me. Let's find out where they are and let's take them out. Oh, okay. Where the fuck are they? I don't know. Oh, okay. Watch this, ready? That sniper is really tough. I don't think people realize that. If you want to be really careful, you got to move around and jump around. You're not going to get away from me if I've got the sniper. And that's not being cocky. I'm just telling you, like, that's a tough... Yeah, you're not going to be able to, That sounds like a suppressed gun. Didn't that sound suppressed? either suppress gun or suppress feelings. It's like, tell me how you really feel. All right, what's going on over here? Why is all this stuff going on over there? This is weird. What's happening? All right. Okay. Uh-huh. Where? Where are you? Okay. We got 12 people left. We've killed 7. All right, so, I mean, this is a good kill ratio here. Very good. Yep, we're looking good. Yeah. Okay. That's 8. And there's 8 people left. And the circle is closing in. So we're going to move up here. We're moving on up. That was a great show too. Well, we're moving on up to the east side. That was a great show. We had great TV. The 70s, I would argue, is some of the best TV of all time. Welcome Back, Kotter is about a teacher. People actually value teachers. I've said this. My old man was a hero to the neighborhood. He was a teacher, and it was like he was a celebrity. We would go out to the mall. People would be like, Mr. Polvino, Mr. Polvino. Like he was a hero to people. And a lot of it was Mr. Cotter because the show was about a teacher. People just really valued teachers back then. I think they were a little bit more careful about who they hired. It was a little bit harder to get a job as a teacher back then. You sort of had to watch your ass. Like, you had to be careful how you behaved. I mean, I think there was a little more understanding of that you had to be like... You had to walk the walk and talk the talk as a teacher back then. You couldn't just be like... sleeping with students and stuff. I mean, people did it. Believe me, they did it. But it was more... Like, the people that were doing it were probably... I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying, like... Some of those students, they wanted that, you know? And usually they wait until they graduated, and then they come back and fuck their teacher, you know? My old man was telling me he had a student come back, like, years later and try to fuck him. He was like, yeah, you know... She always wanted to, but I was good, you know, I was a good teacher. But, you know, she came back and... I don't know if he fucked her, actually. That's his story to tell. My father will be on the stream later. I'm just kidding, Adam. It's funny, none of my family knows that I stream. And nobody would care anyway. They'd be like, so what? Who cares? He gets a camera, he sets it up, he fucking talks, and he plays video games. Okay, so, and? That's what they would say. That's what they would say. Be like, can anybody do that? Like, yeah, I guess. There's one cool teacher that he does like TikTok videos. He's like a professor in college, and he does like, oh, there's only 3 people left. We gotta focus here. It's pretty good though. He'll do like, what is that group? What is the group with Tom DeLonge? Where it's like, I sings like this. And the teacher does that in the class. He'll be like, I don't know why you guys are sleeping. And it's just like really funny. It doesn't sound funny the way I'm doing it, but it is funny if you did. This is very funny. So funny, oh my god. Alright, let's move along here. It's kind of a good place to be. We can sort of... Interesting. Somebody's coming. That was tough. I have to admit that was a tough loss, but you know what? I'm not mad at it. That's 3rd place, and we fucking played great. I'm talking about 7 kills. Did we have 7 or 8 kills? That was insane. It was very impressive. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that's going to do it for the stream. I think that's how you want to do it. You want to leave them wanting more. And the truth is, we might be back at 6 p.m. to play in a tournament. If that's the case, if we can come back and we can do that, that's exactly what we're going to do. So I would say that's a good way to end that stream right there. My name is Van Pebble, and this is the advertisement portion of the stream. Let's do some quick advertisements. Then I can go outside and smoke a cigarillo. Maybe. Ladies and gentlemen, here is my social media. I would like you to take a look at some of my social media. We're gonna burn right through this. Van Pebble's on Twitter. Here's a tweet here. If Seattle gets an NBA team again, I will become a Sonics fan again and leave the Lakers as a fan. That is true. And that's the kind of tweet you're going to get from Van Pebble. See us on there. It's very fun. Would you like to donate money to a streamer that's doing his best, having fun and growing, and just having fun and just having fun? Would you like to have fun with me? If you'd like to help support the channel and you have the means, I don't need your money, but I would love it. I welcome people sending donations to my PayPal at Thomas Palvino. No capital letters, no spaces, at Thomas Palvino on PayPal. Check out my YouTube channel, Van Pebble. We're going to throw up about, like 5 streams today. Sorry to do that to you, but we're kind of backloaded with streams, so we're going to throw about 5 of those puppies up today. And, you know, it kind of hurts that people haven't been watching these last couple ones, but I assure you people are watching. And just keep watching, keep enjoying. We're going to keep putting videos up. That's Van Pebble on YouTube. Like and subscribe. And finally, Twitch. Please follow us on Twitch, and that's it, folks. Nice stream today. Van Pebble putting up the streams. It's only 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We're not done streaming. We're going to keep streaming. We're done with this stream. I like to do it like this. I think it's nice to do it in waves. Rather than, like, one of the popular things that people do is they just stream like 8 or 9 hours in a row. And that's a good fluid way to do it. I don't have chat. So for me to put up an 8-hour video on YouTube is kind of stupid. People don't barely watch the ones that I'm putting up now, which are long form. And I think people will catch on. I think that, 1, 2, 3 hours is acceptable. I think occasionally you put a 4-hour stream up. I think anything more than that is a little ridiculous. And anything less than an hour is almost ridiculous too. So I think the sweet spot is like an hour and a half, 2.5 hours. And we're just going to keep doing it like that. I think anything too long or too short, unless it's a clip and then you like a nice minute. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for the stream. I just finished my coffee. It was delicious. No longer delicious because it's no longer. Little green tea switch up. There we go. That is so good. And it's a great day. And I'm just going to enjoy this day, man. I'm going to go and chill. I'm going to go probably smoke a little bit of a cigarillo, and then we're going to come back and we'll stream something else for you. I'm not sure what the last stream will be. I really do think there's a real possibility that 6 p.m. we try to get into this solo tournament. And if that's the case, I will bring you guys along for the ride. In the meantime, that's Pebble. That's the stream. I'm out of here. We'll talk to you soon. Come back to us in about 10-15 minutes. Peace.